Everyone. Welcome to my January, pardon me, psychic hour. I'm rushing things, aren't I? Okay. It is absolutely wonderful to see you in this new year. And I want to say welcome. I hope everybody had a glorious, wonderful holiday season and that you're ready to jump into a new year that's going to really usher us into all kinds of new and wonderful things in our lives. I don't know if you folks follow numerology. I hope you do because it's one of my favorite tools. But in numerology, 2026 is a one universal year. So universally, wherever you are on the planet, we are beginning a 1 year right now, which will take us into sowing brand new things that we will be exploring and developing for the ensuing 9 years after that. So this is a real important year. 1 years are very powerful, very important. And here we go. As I'm looking through my attendance list over here, oh my goodness, I'm seeing a couple of people here that I haven't seen for quite a while. Welcome back. I really am glad you decided to join us this evening. I see some new names. Lisa, I hope you're noticing them. We've got new people joining us. That's exciting, always super exciting to have new people. When we get to calling on you folks, I want to remind you how this goes. When Lisa will call on you, and when you can either put your question into the chat room, in which case Lisa could read it out for you and you don't have to raise your hand. But if you want to speak with me live online here, raise your hand and Lisa will be the one who calls on you. And when she calls on you, what we need to know is your first name. Now this is going to be live on YouTube and other social networks, so you don't want to use your last name too, just your first name. I want to know what your sun sign is. Armed with that, I can find you in this chart, which we call a horary chart, this chart that's on the screen. And I can tell you all kinds of amazing things about what's going on for you. I want to know what's most grateful or what you are most grateful for in your life today. And then your simple question. And when I say simple, it doesn't necessarily mean that it can't be complex, but it needs to be well-defined, okay? You know, if you say, what's in my life this year? That is going to require a whole reading with me, which you can certainly sign up for on my website. Okay, I'm not turning you away. Those readings are great, but for the scope of what we're doing here, make your questions pointed and as direct as possible, and then I'll be able to give you very, very good and accurate information, both with my tarot cards. I've got my Rider-Waite deck I work with. I've also got my Kabbalah transformation deck that I pick a card for everybody that calls in, and also that sends me a question afterwards. And I also am working with, because my guides are astrologers, the planetary positions here in this horary chart. Now, folks, even if you haven't been called on, please listen to the entire session, because my guides have a way of working in answers to your questions into somebody else's reading. So listen, okay? And also when I work with the horary chart, I touch upon a lot of signs at the same time as the person I'm reading. So again, because of the way I work, my guides have the opportunity to give answers to people who aren't even consciously asking a question. You might just find your answer pop out at you while you're listening. So do listen. And if you stay until the end, you have the gift from me to you, my January gift for you, that you can send me one simple question, again, with those bits of information, your name, where you're calling from. I'd like to know that too. It's always fun. Your thing you're most grateful for, your sun sign, and then your simple question. So 5 pieces of information. And if you send those to me, either at the address on this website that you signed up on or at lisasainc@aol.com by 9 p.m. tomorrow evening Eastern time, I'll be glad to send you an answer back via email. So again, remember the question needs to be direct, not just wide open, you know, what's happening in my life, okay? Direct. Okay, before we get started, I'm going to take just a moment to do some housekeeping, talk about some of the things I have here on my website, on my PowerPoint here. You know that you signed up on my website, sandyanastasi.com, and you can certainly go there anytime you like during the month to find out what's going on, because I do update and give you information with new classes and things that are being added. If you are signed up for my newsletter, you're going to get my specials for each month in your inbox monthly, along with a little paragraph of what's happening in Sandyland. That's what I call it. So you can still get my newsletter, although I've put most of my newsletter, my astrological predictions, and my tip for the month, and also my editorial. You're going to find those directly on YouTube, and from YouTube I post to a lot of the social networks, and that's on video. So what you receive in my inbox now in my newsletter are my specials, the things that are different, the things that I'm bringing up just this month that you might want to be involved with. And I'm going to talk about some of them right now. My What's Coming in 2026 webinar, a lot of you attended that, but if you didn't attend it and you want to know more about it, it's still available on my website. It's $50, okay? And it's not too late to purchase that and really get a month by month by month and an overview for the whole year. It's an hour and a half or more worth of information of what's going on in our world right now. And if it's anything like last year's played out really, really well. It was actually astonishing how accurate those predictions were. My guides do this through me once a year. We did this back in November, and it is available on my website if you choose to purchase it. Now, my Kabbalah Pathworking Transformation cards are also on my website now. These are these cards, okay, that I pull for you every time we do our psychic hour. And if you've taken my Kabbalah class, you'll know that the cards mirror the paths. If you are a student of Kabbalah, you're just going to find them fascinating. They also correspond to the free tab that's on my website, where you click on that tab, you can go through to the Kabbalah Pathworking class and then scroll down to the particular path that you would see at the bottom of each card. The path is noted, you can see that. So you can actually go on and listen to a guided visualization that reflects the card and takes you through the path. So it's kind of a really neat thing to do. Those of you who get a reading with me tonight, or who call in for a reading tonight, or who email in, I'm going to be pulling a card for you, so you can actually go to the website and play with it and see how it works. Now, continue the conversation in our open forum. It's a community. When you signed up for my newsletter, not only did you get the editorial, not the editorial, the newsletter. I'm trying to think. Right in your library, you got this open community that you can go to participate in addition to joining the newsletter. So you already have it. If you signed up, which you all did because you're here, you have access to that open forum, and you can get that access right on your smartphone. So, if you have something to say or to share with the other people who come to this class monthly, feel free. It's your place to communicate. Okay, VIPs, if you're here tonight, your next coaching call is coming up soon, February 5th at 7 p.m. My next psychic hour, please make a note of it, is going to be February 22nd. And please put it on your calendar. I'm sure you signed up already, but put it on your calendar so you're sure to not miss it. Now, here are my monthly specials for this month. We still have another week or so, not quite, but almost a week of January. So let's talk about that a little bit. I have a couple of spaces left for my year-at-a-glance readings. Those are the readings where I go through your chart month by month by month by month and tell you what to expect with each month. Folks, those are invaluable. I have a whole lot of people who get those at the beginning of each year because it gives them great planning opportunities for the whole year. They know when they should be more alert, when they should be focusing on different issues in their life. And there are only maybe 2 or 3 spots left. So if you're interested in that, jump on it because they're going to be gone very quickly. Now, my What's Coming in the next 6 months reading is on my website. It'll be on there all year. It's $350. And anyone who missed my year at a glance is going to be able to get that. What's normally on my website is what's coming in the next 3 months. So this next 6 months is a 3-month extension. You would have to sign up for that next 3 months, and then when you're contacted by Lisa to set up your appointment, say I want the 6-month reading, and I can do it that way for you if you say this is what you want. Now, third is the Anastasi System of Psychic Development. It begins January 28th. That's this coming Wednesday. Now, a lot of you were here last Wednesday when I did a Q&A, an overview of what the whole system is all about. That was a really good overview, and Lisa has sent that out to everybody. So if you have a chance, listen to it till the end. You'll get a lot of insight. The early enrollment is over for that class, but we still have payment plans available, and Lisa, of course, brilliant soul that she is, can help you through them and make sure you get the best deal you can. Don't miss this once-a-year opportunity to study psychic development in person online with me. Make your $3,000 one-time payment and receive a secret bonus. Yep, there's going to be a secret bonus that you get if you do it all at once. And folks, just a little comment here. And I'm not saying that this is going to be my last time teaching it, because I'm really not sure. The thing is that this is the first time since I've been teaching in the last 45 years that I can actually say, I'm not sure if I'm going to be teaching it next year. And so really, honestly, if you want to study directly with me, now is the time to get on board. If you're on the fence, do it, okay? You know, recently I was in a class myself where the teacher, who is a brilliant person in marketing, said there are things that I can't teach you verbally. I can't teach you on paper or in the written word. You have to be with me because these are things you absorb from me directly. Folks, that's the way one-on-one teaching works. That's the way one to my small groups in my psychic development class works. That's what makes these things so valuable. Yes, there are a lot of teachers that I've trained to teach the system. And believe me, if they've gone through my teacher training, they're good teachers. But they're not me. If you want to be able to have that stuff that Sandy gives out that you can absorb, that helps to turn those switches on for you, then make sure you do it soon, okay? This might be my last year. I don't know. Possible. I'm getting up there, you know, okay? Okay, February's specials. Valentine's Day is here this month. And so, of course, I have a Valentine's Day special. If you get a future-oriented relationship reading with me, it'll take a half an hour of your time. There are only limited spots available for this. So again, you'd have to jump on it. You can either get it as a half hour or as an hour. Two different price points, obviously. You can either get it just by yourself and then take your recording back and listen to it with your partner, or you can have your partner with you and just listen together. This reading works only with your chart, though. It's not two charts. It's just your chart. Okay. It's a fabulous way of celebrating Valentine's Day, and you'll be soon getting my monthly specials in your inbox if you've signed up for my newsletter, and it'll go into a lot more depth on that reading. But it's a tremendous opportunity to find out more about how you work in relationships and working out issues between you and your most beloved person in your life. Planning futures together, wonderful things like that. Now, did you know that I'm a certified virtual coach? For real, I really am. In addition to all the other things I do. A few of my regular coaching spots for people in my regular coaching are still left. So here's a special that I'm offering just to you folks because you're here at my Psychic Hour. You can get the same program as relationship coaching. So yes, I can work with you and your loved one together for one price. So if you contact Lisa, this has to be done through her, LisaSAInc@AOL.com, and you say, and Lisa, I hope you're listening, and you say, I want to sign up for Sandy's coaching, and it would be packages of 3 sessions. It would either be 3 half-hour or 3-hour-long sessions. And we actually can work with all of your charts. This would be your chart and your partner's. We can have both of you sitting there. We can have Sandy working with both of you, helping you to resolve relationship issues, and it's all done virtually, okay? It's a very, very, really exciting thing to do. And again, it makes a great Valentine's Day present, I should tell you too. Okay, so that's only being offered this month. I've never offered that before, by the way. That's a brand new thing. And it would be the same pricing. You'd sign up the same way as on my website, but it would be for 2 people together instead of 1. Okay, last, again, my psychic development program, it's just beginning. It begins this coming Wednesday, the 28th. Don't miss out again. Just sign up now. Just if you're thinking about it, sign up. Don't miss it. It's that powerful. It could very well be the most important thing in your life that you have ever done for yourself. Okay, I'm done talking. Lisa, can you give me my first, let's call that first person a victim, first person of the new year, 2026. Who's up first?
Well, that lucky person would be Kim. Kim K. Kim, can you unmute?
Yeah, I'm on mute now.
Oh
Hi.
boy,
Okay.
I'm good. And how are you today?
Oh, good, actually. Um, I'm thankful. Actually, my name is Kim. From Newfoundland, Canada. I'm thankful for pretty much everything right now. Actually, I'm thankful it's really peaceful. So it's very strange. But anyway, oh, my sign is Aries.
Okay, let's find, hold on right there. Let's find your sun sign first. Okay, here you are. The first 12 degrees are in the 7th house. That's relationships. Okay. The
Yes.
rest of the sign is over here in the 8th house. So your primary concerns right now have to do with relationships and money, mostly money.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. And there's a whole lot going on here. I want to just point something else out that is for everyone. You see this giant group of planets here, Mars and Pluto and Sun and Mercury and Venus, and they're all in Aquarius. Well, that group of planets is sticking together, kind of like a clump of mud, okay? And we're very close to February. As February begins, the moon is going to be over here in direct opposition. The moon travels pretty quickly. So we're going to have a moon in Leo opposing all of that. And folks, I don't know if you're aware of this, but in astrology, all oppositions always bring in relationship issues. And this time, those relationship issues are also having a Uranus making a hard right angle to them. So, my friends, this is going to be a powerful month coming up of relationship issues that are changing and changing suddenly. And those issues could be between you and your partner, you and your parent, you and your children. It could be things that the economy is doing, or your local town government is doing, or your kid's school system is doing. The thing is, it can be outer issues, that's Uranus, coming in and saying, well, we're going to do this, ping, and all of a sudden everything changes. And needless to say, that also requires a lot of getting together and working together and powerful relationship dynamics. Now, in your case, Kim, since you are an Aries, you're that sign that, the opposing sign for you is Libra, which is the sign of relationships. And so you're always trying to figure out how you can rise to the surface and keep breathing when you're in a relationship. Okay. And lo and behold, this is going to be right up your wheelhouse. You're going to have opportunities to get those financial situations resolved. Taurus is about money and finance, you see, and here's Uranus in there. You're going to have lots of opportunities to get them resolved, but you're also going to have, it's going to be a little tricky, because you're going to be like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Do I take a chance or don't I take a chance? So you're going to have to really be trusting your intuition right now, and also as we move into February. A whole lot of what you're going to be dealing with is forcing you to rely on somebody else's actions or skills, and that you find very disturbing. Okay. Now, folks, what I'm saying to Kim pertains to all the signs, but especially to Cancer, to Aries, to Libra, and to Capricorn, because you are the cardinal signs. Kim, does that make sense to you, all that stuff I was just saying?
Oh, absolutely. Friendship, that's pretty well ended. And financials, I feel like I'm poorer than anything right now, but you know,
Okay. So I
it's
pulled one
spot
of
on.
my, good. Thank you. I pulled one of my Kabbalah Pathworking cards for you, and I happen to love this card. It's perfect for Valentine's Day, in fact. It's Path 14. 14? Yeah, Path 14. And I don't know if you can see it on the screen there, but it shows these two people, in the garden. And man, this is the epitome of explosive love. Okay,
Yeah, I'm
so
getting on.
let's hope that that pertains to you and your love life during this next month, and that you're going to have this really wonderful partner who's upholding and helpful and working with you synchronistically, and that together you're going to be able to create this explosion of all those good things you're trying to work for. Now, what is your specific question?
Okay, yeah. I don't know about that love relationship because I'm not into one, but my relationship is about moving. I already moved once. I know I'm going to be moving again. Basically, don't know if I'm going to be moving back to the city or moving to another location that is more aligned and healthy for me and my daughter. So that's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah,
To
I
get
think it's a very good possibility that that love relationship we're seeing there is the relationship between you and your daughter, because she's
okay,
your most powerful significant other right now, your most
okay,
powerful
yeah,
close.
yeah,
Okay, so this doesn't necessarily require it to be a sexual love. It's that very powerful love that can grow and create because it has you working together so strongly. My guys are saying that you probably are going to meet somebody new, and it will be at the next place you move to, not this place. Okay, where you are at right now, it's not bad, but you feel like you're totally involved with being the mother. Okay, there isn't time or energy for anything else really, other than making all of that work. When you move to the next place, there is going to be some male energy around you that both forms a good role model for your daughter, but also gives you kind of somebody that you can count on and lean on, which is something I think you haven't had for quite some time. Okay.
like 30
Um,
something years, 20
yeah,
something
and
years.
yeah, I get it. And the thing is that you almost don't know how to accept that support system, but it's going to be there, and it comes not in the form of another woman, but in the form of a masculine energy. Now, it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be somebody you go out with and date. It could be somebody who's a next door neighbor that you really have a strong, powerful relationship with, just knowing they're there to help you fix a faucet if it doesn't work. You see, the thing is, you're going to have that strength there, and it's somebody that your daughter is really going to like. Now, how old is your daughter?
She's 19. She's still finishing off high school this year. That's why I'm thinking about moving after she's finished.
Right. And you realize that this male energy that I'm finding it could be coming into your life through her. Ah,
Okay.
yeah, like as a close, I don't want to say son-in-law because I do not see her getting married, bam. She's too level-headed. So she'll get married, but it's not instant. The thing is, though, that she may very well have a very strong male partner or friend in her life that you find that you can lean on and enjoy that situation too. Um, my guys are saying that where you are at right now has not really been a good place for you. Um, I'm talking about not necessarily for her, but for you. You've made the best of it. I think you've been happy, generally happy, but it hasn't given you the ability to creatively build what you're capable of doing.
Yeah, I don't
Now,
feel like I can expand. That's the word.
right. And when you come to the next place, you're going to be in a better situation financially. And because that situation is a better financial situation, and by the way, I do not think it's back to the city. I think it's to another place that's outside the city, but is a better role for you, a better placement for you financially. And that's going to put you in a position where you're going to be actually able to achieve and accomplish a lot more, be more comfortable than you are. It's going to be better for you. You're going to like it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's what I'm looking forward to. Somewhere I can settle down.
Yeah. So good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you so much for calling in. And Lisa, who's our next person?
Our second person tonight is going to be Beth. Beth, can you unmute?
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Beth. How are you?
I'm great. It's great to talk to you.
I'm
So,
glad you got to call in, and I'm glad you got chosen too.
yeah.
So,
I'm in New York.
what's your
I'm
sun
in New
sign?
York.
You're,
My I'm in New York. I'm upstate New York.
mm-hmm.
I'm Capricorn,
Oh,
and my the thing I'm grateful for mostly are my grandchildren,
oh, wow.
and
You have a bunch of them too, don't you?
I do. I have 8.
Yeah. The
They
reason I
are,
said that is here's Capricorn in the chart. The first 16 degrees are in the fourth house, which is the home. So you're spending a lot of time at home, which makes sense to me. It's kind of cold. I wouldn't be going outside of there right up there right now either. Okay.
I have to say I love, love, love the winter. I love the snow. I love the cold, but I am inside loving it.
But look at this fifth house, which is the house of children in the natural zodiac. But here's Capricorn falls right on it. And look at all those planets. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you might have 8, but there's 5 that are pretty close.
Yeah, yeah, very close.
No,
That's
I'm getting
exactly right. That's
yeah.
exactly right.
So you're going to have so much fun with them. I think that this is a very powerful time for you. Now, are the kids old enough to be like discovering boys and girls, discovering the opposite sex yet? Are they old enough?
Yes, yes. Four, 4 of them are, maybe 5 of them. I
Yeah,
would say
because
4 mostly.
these 5, I think you and the kids' mothers are going to have their hands full because that
Oh,
opposition I
thanks.
was talking about before, that opposition in your life is falling into those grandchildren. Okay, there's going to be engagements, there's going to be marriages, there's going to
Oh,
be
no,
kids
too
getting told
young.
what
Too,
they shouldn't be doing.
they're a little too young for that, but they're definitely getting interested.
Yep, and here's the Uranus, which is this sudden changes, sudden shifts. It could also be that one of the kids decides that they're going to make a move, change of residence, and that could be closer to you or further away.
Uh-huh.
Because of the house placement there. The thing is that this, as we move into this next month, expect the unexpected. It's going to be the best thing that I can say, and that's going to be relative to both your children and your grandchildren. And you kind of
Okay.
relate to all of them as your children. You have that closeness to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, again, if you're Capricorn, Aries, Cancer, or Libra, the things that I've just been saying to Beth can be affecting you too. So you may not have the 5 grandchildren and a bunch of kids, but you probably have got a lot of family around you right now and a lot of things going on with the family experience. Or I think sometimes with friends as an extended family as being those people who are close to your heart. So it's just a lot going on, a lot of relationship issues with all of those people. And somehow, because this is in Aquarius, you find yourself being in the position of um, being on the outside looking in and being able to give advice if you're asked. But please remember, don't offer advice if it's not asked. It will not be appreciated. Okay. And I think, Kim, you already know that one, but we may have some other
Yeah.
callers here who don't. Okay.
I kind of got that message.
Yeah. Okay. So, Kim, what's your specific question?
Okay, that's sensitive, but I know that you'll understand. Um, I need to know if my mom is happy that we respected her wishes with her passing.
Yes, she is. You
She
know,
is?
she, whether or not you understood her,
Oh,
okay,
we did.
okay, your mom is, I don't mean understood her in terms of the will. I mean in terms of who she was internally as a person. Okay. Whether or not you understood how her uh, you know, system of right and wrong worked, she really had a very solid feeling of what would be fair for everyone.
Okay,
And
this is my question
they,
is not about financial, it's about specifically her passing. It has nothing to do with material things.
I will get there. My
Okay, I'm
guides
sorry.
will get there.
Okay.
Okay. And and she's correcting you. It does have to do with material things.
Well, it
Okay.
kind of does too, yeah.
Right. Your mom had this thing about balance and fair. Okay.
But,
And it
yeah.
hit every aspect of life. It hit how she handled the kids. It hit how she treated the staff in the hospital. It had to do with who got to sit by her bed and in what order. Your mom was a little
Mhm.
rigid in those things.
You
There were
think?
a lot of there were a lot of expectations, okay? And there
Very
were a
much
whole
so.
lot of things that she didn't put into writing, but she simply wanted and expected. And you got them, not just you, the ubiquitous you, all you kids, you got it. Okay,
We
so
did.
the card I drew for that is justice. That's why I know it's about balance, it's about fairness. And
Hmm.
yeah, it made her very happy and it gave her peace.
That's very important.
Yeah. So yes, the way it was handled is the way it needed to be handled. Okay.
And
And I'm
okay.
assuming you had to make some kind of a decision, like, you know, the
Yes,
decision that she wasn't able to make herself. So you kids had to get together and make that decision.
exactly.
You
Exactly.
did,
Yes.
you did the fair thing that should have been done. Your mother was a lady that her world was filled with shoulds, and you fulfilled them very well.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's good to know. That's good to
Please
know.
tell your sibs that too, because you have one, I think it might be one of you, it feels like a boy, it feels like a brother. But you have one of your siblings who's very uncomfortable with the choices that had to be made. You know, knew that they were the right ones, but is not having an easy time working through it.
Okay, I don't see that, but I trust your judgment.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
we were
if
pretty
it's,
much on the same page.
yeah, and if it's not that particular brother, it may be a brother-in-law that
That's
she's
very true. Yeah,
related
I see
to
that.
as a son. You see,
Yes.
it's
Uh-huh.
male, but it's the son. She feels like he's
Okay.
her son. Okay.
Uh-huh.
At any rate, she is as content as she can be right now.
That's a wonderful thing to know.
Now, this passing was fairly recent, wasn't it?
It feels more recent than it was, but it was a year and a half ago.
Wow. Reason I said it was fairly recent is because she feels like she's still, John Edward would say on the train. Okay. She
Okay.
still, yeah, she still hasn't gotten off into her peaceful spot. Okay.
Really?
She's
Well, well, can I just say that it took a long time to sell the family home, and that just happened this past week. So maybe that's what she's
okay,
referring
that's it.
to.
That's why, because it really feels like it just happened a week
Yeah.
ago, really recent. That's it. So
Yeah.
apparently, your mom, as long as that family home, that's where the money came in. Until the family home got sold and
Hmm.
that stuff got settled out and divvied up, and it was all fairly settled on everybody, and all the stuff was gone that contained her energetic connection.
So much
Guess what?
stuff.
You did it all right.
Thank you. Thank you. It was not easy.
Very, very good. Okay, and let me see what the Kabbalah Pathworking card is. The card I just pulled is the Lightning Flash. And I actually feel like that card pertains more to your mother than it does for you. She can finally let go. She doesn't have to be there to help you guys, to help you make decisions, to guide you every single walking step. She can now say, okay, I can move on to whatever comes next in my life. And you guys are now really on your own.
Okay. All right. That's good to know too. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
So that was very interesting questions. And I'm sure, the way these things work, I'm absolutely certain the questions and the comments that you have um, belong to somebody else here too. So I think you just helped somebody else out with some decisions that they are right now making.
Hmm. Right.
Okay. So thank you for
Okay.
that question.
Thank you
And
so
good,
much, Sandy.
yeah, you're
I,
welcome.
I really
Enjoy.
appreciate you.
You're welcome. Me too. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And who is next?
Rusty just hung up before she took me.
Yes, I'm here. I always lose my mic somewhere on this desktop. All right, now if I can find the next person. Heather. Heather, can you unmute? So Heather, I know you're here. You just wrote in the chat room. Can you unmute? Well, I guess I'll just read out what she just wrote
Okay. Yeah.
because she's not unmuting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Heather, Capricorn. I'm most grateful for my family. Well, she can't talk because her daughters are within earshot. Okay, makes sense.
Okay.
She's wearing earphones. But will my husband be able to come home to be treated for his illness, or will he need to stay where he is?
That's, well, that's actually a very, very good question. And again, if you are an Aries, a Cancer, a Libra, or a Capricorn, those are the cardinal signs. And those cardinal signs right now are very, very involved with family issues. Obviously, as you could tell from the people who have all called in so far, are cardinal people dealing with family issues and family relationships. Um, Folks, all of us have some planets in cardinal signs. So even if you're not a cardinal sign, to some degree, these issues are going to be concerning you as well. Now, answering your question specifically, my guides are saying, yes, your husband will be able to come home. I think that's his desire. He's a little fearful of it, but I think it's his desire. And I get, yes, you will be able to take care of him at home. The biggest problem with taking care of him at home is going to be having the financial support to be able to do what needs to be done. So make absolutely certain that before you bring him home, you speak with people in social services and whatever things that are available to find out what kind of outside help you can get so that everything isn't going to fall right on you, and you know how to get everything from doctor help to medication to just generalized help in the home. This is going to be very important for you. Now, there's something else I wanted to show you. As you were typing into the chat room, I pulled this particular card. This is Path 29 in my Kabbalah Transformation deck. Go to my free tab and listen to it. It's going to be important for you. This card is a card of death and rebirth. It really does teach you how to let go and how to appreciate and understand how healing works, how letting go works. It's powerful. It's a powerful path. And it also helps you to address fears and recognize that most of the fears that you have are fears that you create just by constantly refocusing, empowering worries and concerns in your own mind. So this card is going to help you to address a lot of the things that you need to get out of the way in order to make the best of this situation with your husband. Okay. But the answer is yes. If you choose to, you will be able to do that. Now, I'm going to ask a question you didn't ask, and that is, would it be best for your husband to be treated at home, or would it be best for your husband to be treated in a facility? And I've got it because I know that's one of the questions you just haven't addressed yet. My guides are saying it doesn't matter. Okay. So, relative to your husband, he's going to receive the right care whether you bring him home or whether you put him in a facility or leave him in the facility. Okay. It's really going to be up to you, and can you make this work effectively in your own home? Okay. Lisa, see, can you write into the chat room? Or actually, I can say it to you and you can write back. Did that answer your question? It's a little harder when we're doing it through the chat room to make sure I got you right on. And also, you didn't tell me what you were most grateful for.
She did. Her family.
Oh, okay, that was right at the beginning. Okay.
And she left 3 little notes. One that says, I'm beginning to do that. One that says, yes, that's true. Fears. And then thank you.
Yeah. You know, anytime you're at the beginning of something like this, you can allow those fears to really take you over. And in my own experience, folks, the way to best deal with your fears is kind of to hit them head on and walk right through them. Because most of the time we find out that the fear was all in our head, that once we understand something, once we have a better appreciation of how it works, there's no more fear. The understanding, the knowledge erases the fear. Okay. Thank you for sharing with us. That was important. And Lisa, who's our next person?
And she came back and said, yes, it did answer her question.
Thank you
Okay,
for letting me know that. Thank you.
next person is Veronica. Veronica, can you unmute?
I sure can. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
All right,
So
thank
Veronica,
you.
what's your sun sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
Hey, we're moving on past those cardinal signs. You're a fixed sign. Okay.
I'm glad I could help.
Veronica, yeah. As a Scorpio, the first 13 degrees of the sign Scorpio are here in the second house, and the rest of the sign is here in the third house. Okay. And it's interesting that tonight the moon is in Taurus, which is your opposing sign. So when I was talking about relationships, you knew exactly what I was talking about because your brain is there right now. You've got a lot of moon and Uranus are both in Taurus right now. And so if you're a Taurus, a Scorpio, an Aquarian, or a Leo, you've got a lot of changing relationships and relationship issues going on in your life right now. So you definitely are aware of what I was talking about before, even though I was referring to those cardinal signs. What are you most grateful for in your life right now?
Sandy, I am most grateful for a wonderful support system that I have in my family and even in my coworkers who are like an extended family to me. It feels like so I'm really grateful for all of them.
That's
And
wonderful.
thank you. Yes. And but what brings me here is definitely relationships. I'm having some difficulty with my teenage daughter, which of course, who doesn't have difficulty with their teenage daughter? But I feel like we've hit a really trying time right now, and so I'm just um I'm just kind of at a loss right now, and I'm not sure how to proceed. And so I'm hoping that maybe you might have some guidance for me along with your
Yeah,
guidance.
let me just show you something. The dynamics of this are very interesting. In the astrology chart, the universal chart, the
Mm-hmm.
fifth house is always the children, particularly the first child. And
Mm-hmm.
if you look at all these planets, okay, this is what your daughter's going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
She is so incredibly confused and she's feeling, look at this, okay? We've got, she's so filled with action and anger and frustration and fear and all these mixed up emotions. She doesn't know which way to jump. At the same time, since that's Mars, at the same time, since Pluto's involved, she's feeling manipulated and controlled, particularly by two men. You know, that could be your father or your husband and her brother, or husband and a boyfriend that you may or may not know about. But she's feeling manipulated and controlled and stuck in the middle between two male energies. She's got a close sibling that tells on her. So she used to be close with this sibling, and she can't be because the sibling's going to tell everything that she doesn't want told. And she's got a close friend that she loves dearly and yet is competitive with her. You see all that stuff? Well, you're not an astrologer, but as I'm explaining it, you can see it happening. The planets
Yep.
literally tell the story, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now as we move into February, I'm sorry I'm Googling, I shouldn't be, because as we move into February, this is going to get more intense, okay?
Mm-hmm.
First of all these planets in Aquarius are making a hard aspect to Uranus, which happens to rule Aquarius in Taurus. And so there's a tug of war going on somewhere, and the energy's building up. There's a lot of pressure that's building up, and you're feeling that building up. I don't know if she's thinking about leaving school, or if somebody she's close to is thinking about moving away or leaving school. But that whole pressure coming from the school changing, school is having a very powerful effect on this kid. Okay.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Ninth house is school. Okay. Higher education. But by the
Mm-hmm.
time we get into February, that moon is going to have moved over to here. It's going to be in Leo, opposing that. You think it's bad now, it's going to get worse. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
here's where it's really going to be interesting. That's going to create a T square in those fixed signs, and the energy is all going to come out on you into Scorpio. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
the best thing you can do is keep your mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible, isn't it? Okay.
Yep.
How old is she?
She's 17.
Okay. At least she's, at least it could be worse if she was 12 or 13. Okay. At least at 17, she's a semi-adult, you know? Um,
Yep.
and this is not telling you what to do. This is a suggestion coming from your grandmother, who I think did she have a lot of kids? The
No.
grandmother had multiple kids.
Um, yeah, both my grandmothers had multiple kids, but not a
Uh,
lot of kids. Hmm.
this one had more than two.
Okay, yes.
Okay, that's a lot of kids.
Okay, okay,
Are a
yeah.
lot of
3, yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
kids. Okay, and that's the grandmother, that's your guide. And in a way, please forgive me, she's saying this, not me, but she's kind of giggling about it. She's
Hmm.
saying, you are just so lucky it didn't happen until now. You know? But her advice, she's saying that um, your daughter is, because of her confusion, because she's feeling manipulated and controlled, because she's being compelled to do and be what she really isn't right now, and is having personal issues with that, you know, like identity crisis type stuff.
Hmm.
She's stuck. She doesn't want to turn to you because she already knows what you would say, but she's got nobody else to turn to because of all those other things I told you about before. So
Hmm.
the best thing you can do is say, honey, I really understand, and I want you to know I love you and I'm here for you no matter what.
Hmm.
You let me know if you need anything. Do you see
Yep.
what that did?
Yep.
So your instinct, because she's your daughter and because you're Scorpio and because you're very psychic, your instinct is to take all those things that you intuit and that you know and reach into her problem and fix it.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing you could do, because if you do that, she'll shut down.
Okay.
You see? But if you
Yes.
stay on the outside and let it be her issue and say, I love you, I'm here for you. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can't tell me. I'm not going to be upset. We can work our way through whatever's going on. Okay. And it's important. Here's where the Scorpio part of you comes in. Whatever's going on between you and that daughter, you need to be able to keep it secret from your other children.
Yes.
Okay. Because she's like I don't know if she's the oldest, but she's feeling like she's the oldest, and she's feeling like all they do is get in the way and cause her trouble.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. I
Yes.
hope that helps. Okay.
It
I
definitely. Thank
And
you.
I can tell you that this, there's that old saying, and this too shall pass. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is her, it's her life story. It's
Mm-hmm.
something that she knew she was going to go through when she was 17, before she even came into life.
Yeah.
And you are the person who's going to get to help her and hold her by the hand as she moves through things that are very difficult for her, but that she has to do herself.
Yeah.
Part of her finding her self-worth and who she is, what she really wants, resolving her values. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is so complex. And
Yeah.
you can see where she has to be able to do it herself.
Yeah. And that's where I'm at. I've offered all the guidance and offered and said I'm here and whatever it is, I love you and I'm here. But I'm at a point to where I've said, okay, I've done what I can now, and I have to let her go through it. And so that's where I was questioning, am I right in just, kind of stepping back and watching.
Yeah, and I'm going to say something that I normally wouldn't say here online, but my guide is saying I should. The world that you grew up in and the world that you created for your children was it was a very beautiful, very protected, very safe space. You gave your kids a lot. You knew a lot. You were good at raising your kids, and you gave them this wonderful space. The thing is that as she's growing older, she's discovering that that world isn't the world that she's going to live in when she leaves your home,
Mm-hmm.
i.e., the world out there isn't
Yeah.
mommy's world. It's something different. And
Mm-hmm.
she has no idea how to deal with those people who have different values than she does. So she's
Yeah.
going to be going through some real major value issues, personal identity crises. And I think it's going to be so important that mom is there, steady, never changing, and always supportive. It's going to make maybe the difference that allows her to navigate what's coming in a very positive way instead of in a way that creates discord and future problems for her.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for that, Sandy. Thank you.
you're welcome. Good luck with it all.
Thank you.
Hey, and Lisa, who is next? Oh, one last thing. By the way, the path working card I picked you is path 11. So
Okay.
what are you learning from this? It's part of your life story too. This is
Yeah.
part of your journey. It's a next step for you. Go listen to that path. You're going to love it. It's on my
I,
website. Free tabs, path 11.
okay. Thank you, Sandy.
You're welcome. Who next, Lisa?
All righty. Excuse me. Our next little victim tonight is going to be Debbie. Debbie, can you unmute?
Good evening, Sandy and Lisa.
I can hear you loud and clear, Debbie.
Good evening. I'm a Capricorn and I'm grateful for my family and friends that are closest.
Awesome. Debbie, who's getting married?
Um, Nobody currently. My daughter's engaged, but no specific date or
Oh,
anything set that I'm aware of.
no, but that's it. That would be that's engagement is engaged to be married. That's it. Okay. I think very soon there's going to be a date set. It looks like they're looking to figure out financially what's going to be their best route before they set any dates and decide what they really want to do. But that's really that's powerful. That's coming right up. I love it. And by the way, this particular placement that so many people I'm referring back to, where all these Aquarian planets are, that house is romance. It's great for Valentine's Day. It's romance. It's the knight in shining armor. It's the princess in the glass shoe stuff. That doesn't always work out that way, obviously, but it's games of chance. By the way, don't you love it? It's playing. It's out there on the playing field playing football. We have the Rose Bowl or whatever it is coming up in football. This is all kinds of those types of things that are going on right now during this, you know, during now and this month of February that's coming up. It's going to be the most fascinating time for us to be watching everything. So I already said a whole lot about the cardinal signs in general and a lot about Capricorn. I did pick a Kabbalah password card for you. It's my path. It's path 25, which talks about the journey that you're on, your soul journey. And I have a feeling that something's coming up, or it maybe already has come up for you, where you're having to make some big choices as to whether you want to go and address some of these side issues that are very compelling for you, or whether you want to get back on track with who it is you are that you're uncovering and discovering. So, what is your specific question?
I was curious. I have a brother who's estranged from my mother, and just curious. There's a couple other things that have come up. We found out about a son that we didn't know he had. And is he going to come back and join the family and let this new family member be part of the whole family?
That's quite possible, you know. Is Are you the oldest? Is he like your brother? That's the next. It,
Uh, he's
trying to
almost
think.
the youngest.
Okay, which in line? How many of you are there in line?
There's 6 altogether. I'm 2. He's 5.
Okay, so he would be. I'm trying to figure out the brothers. If that's you, that's your oldest brother. You're the second, so we don't count you. That's the third. That's the fourth. That's the fifth, and that's the sixth. Um, when you say he was he estranged or did he just move to a distant place? Or was it a combination of both?
He has chosen to remove himself from speaking with my mother. He speaks with my other siblings and me when I reach out to him, but due to a couple other family incidents, he's chosen not to speak to my mother.
Yeah, and this is kind of a complex thing. I do see him back in the fold of the family. I do see him coming back in, but I do not see him speaking to your mother. And I
Okay.
think that's going to play out in a way where it moves, where it flows, where it's okay. Will the child become close to the other kids in the family? And I get a yes. Okay. But I still don't see him. So I see him reaching out to other people in the family and getting close, but I don't see this as opening the door to her.
Okay.
I don't know what happened there, but he found out that uh, number one, he was happier without that door, that communication open. I think at the time that he made that choice, it was a choice that had to be made if he was going to preserve the relationship he chose to be in. Okay. Um, but after that, he discovered that he was in such a better place. He doesn't want to foul it up, i.e., he and your mother don't get along. It happens sometimes. Now, would he be better off with a mother figure? Um, Probably, but not that mother figure. He and she were like oil and water. Am I making sense to you?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, they were close for a while, but again, with a couple other family occurrences, and the passing of my dad is when he stopped talking to her. So,
Yeah, and even the close for a while, I think when they were close for a while is when he was feeling like she was elevating him. I know this sounds, what sign is your mom, by the way?
her birthday is October 26th.
Okay, so she's a Libra. Okay. And Libra's always trying to keep the peace with everybody, right? But
Mm-hmm.
and in your mom's case, I think she was aware that your dad was going to pass. She might not have been consciously aware, but on a subconscious level, she was aware. And she
Mm-hmm.
was maintaining or creating a closeness with your brother and elevating him where he was feeling really good. But with your dad's passing, it wasn't just all the stuff around the passing and all the emotionalism. It was the fact that she changed. How she related to him changed. She began to have, it was kind of like he felt he was being set up. So what her from his perspective, her expectations of him became totally unrealistic. And not only could he not fulfill them, he didn't want to fulfill them. The furthest he could get away was how far he wanted to get away. I don't think that they can go back. I think that is the way it is. Will he ever be able to see her and converse with her again? And like I'd say, yeah, but it won't ever be close. It would be like they might see each other in a family gathering, saying hello, and he'd walk the other way.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry to say that, but I hope I'm wrong. I really do, because I can tell how important family is to you. And also that, typical Capricorn, you kind of feel like it's your responsibility to hold the whole family together and make it work. And you do a pretty good job of duct taping it, don't you?
Well, I try. But you
But,
said you do see the nephew trying to come back in the family. He's 21.
I don't so much see him trying to come back in the family. I see that his own path in life will lead him to reconnecting with different people in the family individually and perhaps connecting to a family gathering. Um, I think that he's got a lot of stuff. Apparently he wasn't just a kid when your father passed and when all this family stuff happened. He was old enough to absorb it, you see. So he
Mm-hmm.
himself is going to do a lot of work emotionally that his father never will do. Okay. His
Okay.
father's solution to the problem was to step away from it. And that worked for him. That was healthy. Okay. Your nephew will work through all of those emotions, and that will allow him to be able to have a relationship on both sides of the fence.
Okay.
And that's the best way that I can describe it. But he
Okay.
honestly has his own life, will continue to have his own life. His dad showed him how to do that. And although he can be friends with your side of the family and friends with his other side of the family, he he will be his own person completely and totally.
Okay.
Very interesting family dynamics you have.
Yeah. This,
I think your question is well timed because with this T-square we're seeing here, okay, that's about to be a complete T-square very shortly. It's really forcing those cardinal signs to renovate all the relationships around them and to let them settle out, at least for like the next 9 years, to where they're going to be comfortable for them. Okay. Something else is happening here in those dynamics too is that the open end of that T square, as I keep saying, is Scorpio, and Scorpio trines into Neptune and Saturn. In For everybody who's still listening here, all of those dynamics, friends and family that are going on around you, there are things that were missed and misunderstood. There were perhaps lies that were told or things that were hidden. And all of those things are in the process of either being let go or being resolved. And that's part of what's going on right now. And those things it has to happen this way in order that we can kind of change the pieces on the chessboard and move on with life in a way that's more comfortable and supports us. Is that making sense to you?
yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so very much. I'm sorry I was so convoluted in my answers, but I was getting all these. You've got a lot of relatives on the other side who all had their stuff to say.
Definitely do have a few over there.
and they're very opinionated. So,
Yeah.
okay, thank you so much. And,
Thank you,
before
Sandy.
you're welcome. And before I let everybody else go, I did not mention the mutable signs at all tonight. So I do want to mention them just a little bit. This Saturn and Neptune over here in this house of relationship is in Pisces. That's a mutable sign. It's the only mutable planets we have other than that South Node in Virgo, which is by sign opposing them. Okay, so again, it brings in relationship dynamics to the mutable signs too. There's the opposition. And they're also opposed to that ascendant. So, if you're a mutable sign person, that would be a Gemini, a Sagittarian, a Virgo, or a Pisces. It is going to be through all these relationship dynamics that I've been talking about. That seems to be what's going on right now in so many ways. You mutable signs are going to be the people where it's like you're the taffy, you're the telephone wire, you're the substance through which all this other stuff is flowing. So you may not be so much directly involved, but you're going to be around it, okay, around all these dynamics, and those dynamics will certainly be happening in your own life too, especially as far as you're coming to understand and coming to see different patterns and different things with people. And you're going to have the choice as to whether to step back into past relationships and go back into the way you used to handle things, or whether you want to form new patterns moving forward and maybe start to embrace new people, new groups, new situations in your life. Okay, so those mutable people are going through those relationship issues as well. It's just a slightly different way that it's happening. Okay, folks, we are at the witching hour. I have so enjoyed this. I'm glad that we got back together again for our January psychic hour. And folks, don't forget, our next psychic hour is February 22nd. And also don't forget, you have until 9 p.m. tomorrow evening, Eastern time, to send me your direct, simple question. Include, please, your name, where you're from, what you're most grateful for, your sun sign or your birthday if you don't know your sun sign, and of course, your question. Thank you, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye. Oh, and hopefully I get to see you for a reading or for my psychic hour. Oh, and my psychic development class. Bye-bye. See you soon.